wanna be down with the king.
It's the Sports Kings. Sports Kings. Big Mike.
He might fall off the wagon in the next 10 minutes.
And Rob Calloway.
It's about bringing talent. It's not about all the flash and glitz and glam.
Not your average sports talk show. The Sports Kings.
This is NFL legend, Work Done.
This your boy D. Howard, a.k.a. Superman.
I'm Jerome Bettis, the bus.
It's Cam Newton. Holla at your boy, already.
This is Hank Aaron, and I'm down with the king.
Tell a friend, Kings is back.
TGIMFing-F. Thank God it's Friday, man. Welcome into the Sports Kingdom, the Sports Kings podcast. Yours truly, Big Mike, Rob Calloway here today as well. We're being heard via Spreaker.com, so make sure you tell a friend, please pass the word. You can also contact us while you're listening to the podcast and comment on anything you heard or anything that strikes a little nerve in you at Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Sports Kings Live. You can also email the show for that same purpose, or if you're anyone you know would like to sponsor the show, by all means, hit us up. We'll see if we can make that happen for you. SportsKingsLive@gmail is that email address. We can also be, also if you'd like to donate to the show monetarily and show your support, go to GoFundMe.com/SportsKingsLive. Yes, indeed. Friday. Rob, I think I'm going to have to build an ark, homie. It's raining every day. Rain.
What?
Yeah, man.
Hey, man, we talked about that moat yesterday. How your crib looking? You got
cool.
a dragon out there yet?
Nah.
The moat.
I'm just thinking about this ark. Loaded up with hose, 2x2. Yeah. Not very many animals, just the ones I eat. Chicken, fish, throw a couple pigs on there, a couple cows, and maybe.
Hey, I'll take a couple different kind of pigs. How about that? If we doing two of each, I want a different kind of pig.
Wait, hold on. How many different kind of pigs are there? Like a wild boar?
Yeah, because the boar, that's what you get good meat off the boar. I mean, the boar's head got the best meat, right?
I don't know. I get boar's head turkey. I don't know. I don't know if it necessarily relates to the actual boar itself. I think it's just the brand name. You know what I mean?
Got me.
Yeah. She goes and gets the boar's head turkey and, whatever, smoked honey roasted turkey or whatever it's called, and we eat that. So that's what I put on my bread. But yeah, rain, man. And I still ain't been out there. I haven't done the first cut on the grass yet, man. Because of the rain.
Yeah, I haven't cut my grass either. It's getting wild out there right now, too, because it's been raining so much. And earlier in the week, it rained, and we got sunshine, then it rained again. So the weeds, the grass, everything's starting to rear its ugly head. So I got to get out there as soon as it dries up.
And by the way, if you're wondering, it's your first time listening to the podcast, we're broadcasting out of Metro Atlanta. So if you're out in whatever, Queen Creek or some of our people, find out we got people, well, not people. I remember now, it's my guy Jim Murray up in Boston and some other places. So, if you're just now tuning into the show, first of all, welcome. And welcome to all our new IG followers. If you guys are tuned in, if you guys are going to be listening to this as your first podcast, welcome once again.
Man, tell Golf to give us a listen so we can have Chicago on our radar, man. Tell them to stop playing.
Golf doing work, man. Golf doing.
I know.
Big things, TV, radio. He's doing the whole gamut. I'm gonna talk about him a little bit later too. He yelled at me yesterday. Well, he didn't yell at me, but he texted me a swear word when I asked him a question yesterday. And when we get into our NBA stuff, I'll talk about that. But first and foremost, we left the show yesterday. Didn't have enough time to really get into it. And I was talking about. I initially brought up the fact that I got first taked yesterday for about 8 seconds, and in those 8 seconds, I realized that Skip Bayless and I share at least one opinion on this Mayweather Pacquiao fight. That he as well thinks that Pacquiao's newfound religious outlook is going to wind up getting his ass whooped. And then, as well, the other night, did I send it to you, Rob? The Jason Whitlock thing? Did I send that to you?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
You did.
So what happened the other night was I was looking for when we're done doing the podcast. we try to dress it up and put like little pictures on it to kind of denote what we were talking about, pictures that reflect the conversation. And so I was looking for a picture. I typed in, I think I typed in Mayweather, Pacquiao confused or something. I'm trying to look for a picture of either one or two of them looking kind of, bewildered or something like that. But I ran into this Jason Whitlock thing, YouTube thing, some interview he did with some small publication, some small podcast, much like ours. They caught him outside of some other event, and he gave him some time. And lo and behold, this man said the same thing I said. And I hate when that happens. I think I get that from golf too. That, you just hate when somebody that's on a larger scale than you says something, because then it sounds like you just heard them say it and now you're repeating it. But luckily I looked at the views and it only had like 165 views, so I felt better about that. But it just was the point that after the fact he was saying that people are going to be very, very disappointed by this fight because of the same thing I said. It's too much hype around for it to live up to it. For something that's been 5, close to 6 years in the making, I just don't see people leaving out that fight the way someone left out of a Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard fight. You know what I mean? I just don't see that happen. Two dudes just go out there because the styles are so different. Floyd's gonna fight his defensive fight. He's gonna stick to his game plan, and Manny's gonna try to catch him slipping and get a big one in there on him. And I think they're just too. He's not gonna be able to bait Floyd into no toe-to-toe situation because that ain't the move. That ain't what got 47-0, and it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen tomorrow unless they get down to the 12th round and Floyd does the thing he did in the last fight, like I'm gonna get a crowd a little something because I know I got it in hand by the judges. That's the only time you're going to see something like that, but that's going to be like later on in the fight. Yeah, I just think it's going to be a big, big letdown. So anyway, yesterday, I've been really kind of paying attention to the stuff that's coming out of the Pacquiao camp, the Freddie Roach stuff, and now the whole thing about putting Floyd Mayweather's face on the speed bag and things like that. It's like when you do those things, it's almost you do those because you think you have to. Like your fighter is not focused enough and he's not motivated enough. You disagree with me, Rob. You said it's not the case. You don't feel like that's the case.
Nah, because from all of the pictures and everything that I've seen from the Mayweather gym, Floyd pretty much now. Floyd doesn't have Manny's face on the speed bag, but I mean the posters and the cutouts and stuff that they have around the gym. The promo posters and whatnot. They've like taken pieces of tape and covered up Manny's eyes and his nose, mouth, and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, I'm not really looking at it like that.
But isn't that kind of the opposite? It's like in the Floyd camp, it's like don't worry about the opponent. We just here to do our work. In the Pacquiao camp, it's almost like please remember who you're fighting. Because like he's been doing a lot. Like think about all the people that's like T-Bolden went and visited him. Somebody just recently, Cuba Gooding just recently visited him. Jeremy Lin.
Yeah. Ronda Rousey.
Yeah. All these people are like, nah, man, you need to be laser focused. This is the biggest fight of the decade. What are you doing?
Okay, but people been stopping by to see Floyd.
Like who?
Lil Kim stopped by. Lil Kim was at the gym the other day. David Hasselhoff. Michael Knight, of all people, was at the gym the other day. Who else did I see? It was I can't remember who the other person was that I just saw there this week. But the stars come in. They do that.
Yeah, but how many selfies have been taken with Floyd? Because that's what I was looking at. I didn't see any pictures of him. Okay, they stopped by to say what's up, but this dude is stopping his workout to hang out and talk to these people. Yeah, it's just weird.
Sure,
it just sounds.
I'm sure I mean, because I'm not on that. Floyd really only posts pictures on that shot there. Like if you want to, like a lot of people that follow Floyd on Twitter and on Instagram want to know how come he don't post. You don't see a lot of stuff on there. It's because he's part owner of that.
Another social media site, yeah, that he does all his.
Yeah, which is kind of like Instagram, yeah, and so that's where he posts all his stuff. And so because I'm not on shot, then I don't see all this stuff. So
yeah, I just think it's weird. Like even like we talked about Floyd, the stuff he said to Katie Couric about Manny being reckless, and Manny accepted it. He was like, "Yeah, that's how I fight." You know what I mean, he was like, "Yeah, pretty much, but whatever." That's what he's all talking about. Like that's what the fans want. Man, miss me with that. Fight a fight that's gonna get you a win, Because like I always harken back to that Timothy Bradley situation, man. And I remember saying what I said before that fight happened. It's like, my man is too overcome with his religion. And the times that he had during that fight to finish that boy off. You know when else you saw him do it? Who was that? Sugar Shane. Remember Manny looking at the referee like he's not fighting back. Remember? Instead of just knocking his ass out. You in the fight, B.
Well, that was because he had been beating Shane so bad that he thought that the ref by that time, the referee
it's boxing. If he don't knock his ass out, it's boxing. That's part of it.
See, I mean, but I'm saying when he realized the ref wasn't going to stop the fight, he did keep on pressing. He went on and just punched straight through him.
Yeah.
So,
but my point is, during the fight, you're looking for a way out of the fight. No, do you forget him? Just act like it's two people in the ring. Because how many times you gonna think you gonna get that from Floyd? Like, please stop the fight. No, all right, cool. I'm just gonna keep beating on this dude until you realize either you have to or he's laying on the ground asleep. That's the game you in. You're not in the stop the fight game. If it happens, it happens. Yeah, but in reality, you're in the game of last man standing is really the game that you play.
But the guy understood in his defense, like he's not the only boxer to do that. Because I just watched the fight the other night on the a couple weeks ago on the Premier Boxing Championship, and I can't remember who I was watching, but he was beating this dude so bad he kept looking at the ref like, "Are you gonna stop the fight?" And the referee would not stop the fight.
Yeah. Here's the thing: I can't let you compare a dude that you can't remember his name to Manny Pacquiao, one of the best ever.
Well, yeah, because he's not Manny. But,
right.
But I know what you're saying.
Do you, man?
That you got to finish the fight. Yeah. I get what you're saying.
All that soft. I want to be Floyd's friend. Floyd he don't want to be your friend. He want to embarrass you, man. He want to show all these people who've been saying all these years you've been ducking this dude. He's coming out to embarrass you, B. So if you come out here with like, we're gonna be friends after it's over with, yeah, your man's gonna get his ass whooped, Rob. I'm telling you, all that stuff is leading to an ass whooping. Like, say that for when both of y'all retire and you save it for then. It's plenty of time. You both relatively young, 38 and however old Manny is. You relatively young dudes. Floyd already said he probably got one more in him. He's going to finish the contract out and move on with his life. Okay, then you try to be an evangelist to that dude then. Not before the biggest fight in both of your careers.
Right. Now what's crazy is that I was listening to an interview that Chris Mannix did, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago with Freddie Roach. And Freddie Roach was talking about me because, Freddie Roach has Parkinson's. And of course, it comes from taking too many shots to the head. And he said that, what he had said years ago, that whenever he started seeing Manny slow down or start to feel like Manny needed to go ahead and step away, he'd be the first person to tell him. So, in the interview with Manny, when Manny asked him, like, when do you think, Floyd said he has about one fight left in him in September. What do you think about Manny? It's like, well, win, lose, or draw, I'm going to tell Manny I think to go ahead and just walk away.
Yeah, because he sees it too. He sees the exact same thing I'm seeing. It's like, I don't think doing what you do, you can live in two worlds. It's a gladiator sport. It's basically kill or be killed. And if you in there with all this whole, your religion is your religion. Athletes, many tough, rugged athletes are religious. But when you're already planning, like beforehand, we're gonna be friends, and so I can spread the word of Christ to him, my man. It's gonna be that's a tough thing for me to believe that you're gonna automatically hit a switch, especially after your last few fights when beforehand, like, you was knocking dudes out. Like, I remember we was talking after the Timothy Bradley fight, and then whoever was doing the fight, he was like, Timothy Bradley just didn't have the power of Manny Pacquiao, and that power comes from those calves. And my eyes immediately went down to his calves, and I was like, damn, he got some big ass calves for a little bitty dude. And I'm like, yeah. But so that tells me that you could be putting this dude on his ass at any time during this fight you want to.
Yeah, but see, the problem, just like I was telling you a couple weeks ago, the problem has become those damn calf muscles have started to become a hindrance, because you see that what they just ordered, like, the spring that cost what, $100,000,
something like $18,000.